Matchup 4, guys. Welcome to the Midnight Edition. I'm tired as shit. Uh, Still, I gotta get these out to you guys. I started them on Wednesday. I just didn't have a chance to finish. I had stuff to do, so I'm trying to get them done tonight for you. Matchup number 4. We got 0-1 against 0-1. Shave Bush and Feeling a Breeze against Gabo. Um, they're saying that right now they're saying Gabo 120 points. Shave Bush Feeling a Breeze 106 points, 13-point difference going to Gabo. You know, ESPN 120 points seems a little far-fetched, but we'll see. Look at the matchup. Let's see if it's doable, huh? Let's see if it's doable. Because I tell you what, first one to 120 points in your matchup is going to win it. That's how it's going to happen. Gallo, Stafford. Of course, Stafford looked good last week. I think Stafford's a great quarterback. His health is really the key issue. Flacco on the other side, underrated, overrated. I've never seen someone who's the most overrated and underrated player that in the NFL, both fantasy and non-fantasy wise. Last week he had 20. This week going against the Tennessee team, I just don't see the same thing happening. I know it's like, well, Tennessee's not as good as Pittsburgh. Yeah, I get that. I just don't see 20 more points coming out of Flacco. Give me actually about 13 for Flacco this week. Stafford, on the other hand, going up against a KC defense. Yeah, KC gave up 41 points last week to getting Buffalo, right? But a lot of times, I know it's not as scary as seeing the Steelers give up so many points because you know they're going to come back and beat the fuck out of someone next week. But usually defenses do tighten up if they give up that much in the game previous week. Plus, with Detroit having to travel, I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry, they're at home. My fault. Anyhow. I don't see him having 22 points as projected. Give me 18. Still a really good week. I just don't see him going into the 20s this week. Going to running backs, MJD, who had a decent week last week for Gabo. Hightower and McCoy. McCoy, like I told you, was going to be your stud last week. He was your stud last week. I'm glad that you put in, I can't remember if you put in Hightower or not. Like I kind of told you to, instead of playing Chris Johnson. Actually, I don't think you did. I think that might be the reason you lost by a point. I'm not sure. I don't get it. So you listen to me when you have to steal people away from me in my draft. But when I try to give you advice here, you want to ride Johnson and then lose. I get it. Anyhow, Maurice Jones-Drew going against the Jets. They're projecting him 16. I don't see where he's getting 16 on the Jets' run defense. Give me actually only 8 points for MJD this week. Tim Hightower. I still really like Tim Hightower. Going against Arizona, I don't think he's going to have a monster week, but 12 solid points from Tim Hightower. LaShawn McCoy, still a beast, going against Atlanta. Do I see another 25-point game in his immediate future? No. I do definitely see about another 10 to 13 point game. We go on to the other side. Peyton Hillis, Jarvis Green Ellis, and Nate Burleson in his flex. Peyton Hillis scheduled to get 15 or 16 points against Indy. Indy might be the only team that he can. I still don't think he will. 14 points for him. Green Ellis. Like Green Ellis, had a good week, that close to a touchdown. That would have really made a really good week for you. They projected 12. I would predict right at 12 as well. Going with Nate Burleson. See, go back to Green Ellis. I really do like him. He actually touches the ball a lot more than you would think. But last week, he actually carried a lot less than Woodhead, which was really strange, but that's how the Patriots are because they individually game plan for each team more so than other teams. So it's really hard to get the fantasy value of them. Other than Tom Brady, who obviously you know what he's going to do, and maybe their tight ends, it's really hard to forecast who's going to be touching the ball as much. But I still do see 12 for him. Nate Burleson out of Detroit, 8 last week, going against Buffalo. Give me another 8 this week for him. Receivers, Hakeem Nicks, Wes Welker. Like Welker, he saved your ass last week. Well, almost saved your ass last week. You almost got the win, all because of Wes Welker. The 30 points for him. Obviously, the 99-yard touchdown didn't hurt you at all. Projecting him at 15 this week, going against the San Diego defense. Everybody says, well, San Diego can score, but they can't stop. They're the number one defense from last year. The number one defense in total yards. They're going to do well on Welker. They have a good defense, good solid defense. They're going to do well on Welker. Give me only 9 points for Welker this week. Hakeem Nicks, questionable. He's injured. I just don't know what's going to come out of him. They're projecting him for 6. I have to agree, when you have a speedster like that and something's bothering him like what it is, it's really going to hamper him. And Seattle's defense, St. Louis defense actually did pretty good against most of the Eagles. They did very good against Vic. I think he had a 30-something passer rate or completion percentage. So I definitely see them shutting down Hakeem Nicks if he's able to play. I know he's questionable. I think they said that he had a full practice. Who knows? But yeah, around 6 points for him if he does play. Move over to Mike Williams and Roddy White for Gabo. Roddy White, don't freak out, man. Roddy White's not going to get 6 points every week. I'm sure you're not really freaking out. What was surprising is how Julio Jones actually scored more points than Roddy White. I think that's something to really look for. Just because Julio's a new toy, and they spent the farm on him, so that they're going to be pressing the ball for him. That's the only thing that scares me with Roddy's value this year. But going up against the Phillies defense, and he's probably going to have Osamoah on him. I really don't like him this week. They're projecting 17 for him this week. See, ESPN does that because they want to make sure that they project so the projection of the whole year kind of goes in when they start averaging stuff out. Don't even think it's close to 17. If he gets in the double digits, I'll be very surprised. Another down week for Roddy White. Mike Williams, Tampa Bay, 11 points last week. Solid. He got most of it at the end of the game. Going against Minnesota, who did actually really good against San Diego. I think that was just an aberration. I see Mike Williams getting about 16 points this week. Going to tight ends, Jermaine Graham from Cincinnati, 11 points last week. Depending on the quarterback, I think it's going to continue just because young quarterbacks really do fall on the tight end. I know I keep saying that and it sounds like a broken record, but they love the tight end because it's a good safety net for them. So I'm going to say another, not 11, but I say it's another solid start week for him. 8 points for Grisham. I always say Graham, sorry. And then Jason Witten, last week 11. This week going against the San Francisco defense with very athletic linebackers. He's done well against San Francisco in the past. They kind of boosted up their speed on the linebackers. We'll see how it works. Witten's going to get his points. I don't see him getting 11 like last week. Probably 7 points for Jason Witten. There's a possibility of getting 13 or 12 with a tutty. I just don't see it happening this week. Anyhow, I'm actually going to give the win to Gabo. I just see Stafford, McCoy, and Mike Williams having too good of games for any of your guys to match this week. You got some matchup problems, and I just don't see you as strong as Gabo is as a whole overall team. I think Gabo's going to put a pretty good spanking on you by about 25 points. Anyhow, that's my week 2 predictions. For one of you guys, 0-2 is awful bleak. 1-1, not too bad. Hopefully, you're 1-1. Wait, who was I talking to? I don't know. Was it you?